to the next 365 days. To my family, to my friends, to my supporters, to my fans, and to all of you that have watched the show for years, thank you very much. All right, let's get to the business of the day. Dr. Arome Salifu is with me here. He's the Executive Director, Africa Youth Growth Foundation. We're looking at the cost of living crisis. Like you saw earlier there, Buharinomics and Nigerians. Buharinomics is a term that is used to categorize economic policies under this administration. In case you're confused, don't just be confused. The number will be put on the screen shortly so that you can call and you speak to us about how you feel really this administration, the next few months, this administration will elapse. We're looking forward to a new government that would not just, in fact, the economy has to recover first. Then we now move on the path of progress. So let's get started. Dr. Salifu, welcome.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm
particularly happy that I'm here on this very auspicious birthday celebration. So maybe after now we can have a...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. What do you have to say, Buharinomics and Nigerians, the cost of living crisis? How's it been for you as an individual? Because I always say it on the program that this economy is touching everybody now. Whether you're a big man, whether you're a poor man, one way or the other it will touch you.
Of course. Truly, I think it has never been this bad in every ramification. If you have people you're working with in your office, even cleaners, the security men, the other staff that are working with you. Let's even assume that you are so big not to be affected, but you feel the pulse, you feel the reactions, and of course the kind of feedback on how people get so depressed, so hopeless on a daily basis by contending with their cost of living, cost of transportation, the cost of feeding at home, the cost of even maintaining your normal standard of living, the cost of even your own safety, the cost of maintaining your own source of power supply, the cost of even moving from one place to another, either by road or by air. So at every point in time, you are contending with this reality. And I think is failure of the government across the board, because oftentimes we zero in on government just at the federal level. But of course we know that government is stratified into the federal, the state, and even the local government. So at the end of it all, you see that the people, one, are not feeling the response from the side of the government. And the people are now relegated to the point where they have to seek self-help in order to survive. And that is why you see high level of insecurity, in the country. And that, again, compound our aggregate, economic realities. For example, people cannot go to farm. For example, people cannot even go out to, carry out their normal social...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you there? Okay. I can't seem to hear anything. Please call again, and if you're interested in joining the program today, you can do that. The number is on the screen. Okay. Dr. Salifu, can you just land, or have you landed?
No, of course. Truly, we must say the truth as it is, regardless of your emotions. Somebody said that, if your education is to the point where you are blinded by your tribe, by your religion, or other political sentiment, then your education is useless. To that extent, all Nigerians should be able to speak truth to power, should be able to actually analyze and be able to give constructive, advice to the government to be able to respond more appropriately to the current situation, because we are all in and we are all going to face the consequences at the end of the day.
Now, you said something earlier that this situation has never been this bad.
Yeah.
It's never been this bad. Is this the worst so far? Since
Really?
when?
Really?
Since when? Is this since democratic dispensation or since independence or since when?
It has never been this bad. I will give you some specific indicators. For example, our exchange rate, we are talking of Naira going to as high as 700 to $1. It has never been this bad. Unemployment, 33%. Youth unemployment over 40-something%. It has never been this bad. Okay? Now, if you also look at the current, inflation rate, we are talking of 18.6%. I mean, that is already like an emergency. So we have to look at the fact that somehow we recruit leaders, but somehow again, leaders fail somewhere along the line. I think...
Is it that leaders fail or we don't recruit the right leaders? Because it's one thing to recruit the right leaders that understand what the issues are, and it's one thing that you just recruit anybody there who necessarily is not a leader, because a leader is someone that shows the way.
Very good.
And say no, that the people failed, that the leaders failed. So is it that we recruited leaders that failed, or we didn't? The people there are not even leaders.
Very good. Now, this is it. People are talking about 2023. And we expect that at this critical point in time, perhaps people will look more deeper beyond the sentiments of, the other views like, where the person is coming from and so on, to look at who can deliver the result, who can actually deliver dividends of democracy, who can actually lift people out of poverty, who has the better idea among the options, who can understand the pains and the feelings and expectations of the people, who really understand the fact that Nigeria within the global system needs to actually recalibrate its economic system to be able to fit in properly and compete with the rest of the world. Okay. All of this put together, analyzed before making a decision on who to vote in the next election.
We'll come back to that. Hilary is joining us from Abuja. Hello, Hilary.
Good morning, Nancy.
Hello, Hilary. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning. What's your comment?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Hilary. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I like the subject of discussion today. And I mean, for every in Nigeria, the economic status is in a state of disarray. If you ask me, essentially, you have to look at it. The way our government managers are running the economy gives one the impression that there's a huge disconnect in terms of the application of the economic policy and the outcome essential. Look at it. You will understand that the Nigeria is, level of economy is on the high side. Unemployment is reached. Inflation is breaking the ceiling. Purchasing power keeps declining. The exchange rate matrix, it keeps deteriorating, and there's no solution in sight. If most Nigerians are even borrowing to stay alive, it has never been this bad, it's a fact, honestly. And I don't think this can be turned around within the confines of the number of months left in this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hilary. Okay, so Hilary is of the view that this problem or these challenges can be solved by this administration. Do you think so?
Yes, I think there's too much, for them to chew and to process within the lifespan of this government, and there's just, too little a time for them to actually handle, all the damages and all the retrogressions that has taken place, within this period, within this period. Again.
Aren't they the cause of the retrogression?
Yes, of course they are. And I mean, because again, I'm just.
So can they actually fix what they they've created?
I don't think so, not within this timeline. And again, you look at the fact that the current government don't really, prioritize the need to involve those who can help, handle strategic and sensitive offices within the, the governance system. For example, there are some offices that determine the output of any government, and if you look at the past government, some of the past presidents even had to go and get some experts to come and be part of the government because they want to make sure they get the result, the desired result at the end of the day. We don't see any classic and any, outstanding personality that can actually help provide, constructive and, proficient management of the kind of, challenges we have currently under this government, where we cannot see a particular name altogether. It's more of talk, less of action, less of output, and less of results. And that is not what Nigerians need at this point in time. So if anything, if I'm to advise the government, they need to change the current management of the nation's economy. The current team handling the economy cannot, and I repeat, cannot deliver the desired results.
Can they do that in like a few months to the end of this administration?
It's better late.
They have less than 1 year.
It's better late than never.
Oh.
So
are you saying that they should change, President Buhari should change his ministers?
Well, I'm surprised.
And change those, yes, change his ministers,
yes,
and those
I'm surprised.
Key agencies and co.
Very important. I'm surprised that under this government, you hardly see at any point in time where there's change, either among the ministers or even among top government agencies.
What kind of change do you even expect President Buhari to do? This was a man that at the beginning of his administration in 2015 took about 6 or 7, 8, 9 months to choose ministers. This is a president that is almost too slow. In fact, he said that, oh, they call me Baba Go Slow. Almost too slow to change ministers, except something happens. What we've seen the cabinet reshuffle lately is because of, okay, some showed interest in politics and all of that. If that kind of thing did not happen, perhaps those ministers will still be there.
Actually, if you look at Buhari, he's not a man that likes to take big decisions. If you look,
he doesn't like to take big decisions.
Yes. And the reason why I'm saying that is that if you read his body language from his actions and inactions since 7 years now, it's difficult for him to take decisions most often. And that, again, is what has led us to where we are today. So a lot of persons around him, as a result, are taking advantage of this and, of course, hijack the government to the detriment of all Nigerians.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take Chris from Lagos. Hello, Chris. Chris, I can hear myself over there. Can you reduce the volume of your TV set? Over Lagos, and I'm in Abuja.
Okay, I'll do that.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, congratulations for your birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm happy with you, and I love your program always. Doesn't give us a nice program about the economic of the nation. And all their guests are always good with me whenever I heard from them. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
About the Nigerian government of the economy of this nation, we are trying to let them try to get more capable men that can run the country very well. Because they are trying their best in terms of the economy of the nation. So they should try more so that the way Nigerians will be achieved and be better for the nation. The cabinet should be in the power. Not all the ones that are not capable, the not men or the economy of the nation, and those people that are well organized to take of the economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris, for your comments. Thank you. Dr. Salifu, let me come back to you. You said earlier that the president has not been taking big decisions. I want to understand that. Is it that the president is not taking big decisions? Or perhaps he doesn't even have the decisions to take? You know, like they say, na person wey no road, they show road, so to speak. And I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
That in this context, does the president really know what to do? Because it's for you to know what to do, to take big decisions. It's for you to know what to do and say, guy, do this, or this, or even have advisors that will tell you what to do. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
With no pun intended, but it's glaring, you know, from the actions and from the policies and all of that.
Yeah, truly, we must admit something, and that is the fact that age is
just
not on the
hold on,
side.
Dr. Salifu. We have a caller, Joy, from Abuja. Hello, Joy.
Hello.
Hello, Joy. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yes, go ahead with your comments. Though I can hear myself over there. Joy, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy birthday to you, Nancy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. I can hear you too.
Yes, Joy, lessen the volume of your TV set. Put down the volume of your TV set so that the communication can be straight and you don't need to listen to your television to answer me. So lower the volume of your TV set, yes. Very quickly, please.
I want to say something. I've done that. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay. On the state of the country right now, my take is that those who are waiting to see what the APC government will do in the few months they have, I don't think they actually know what they are expecting. APC as a government, the sitting government right now, has never offered Nigerians anything. And I don't think they have anything to offer us. They don't have anything as long as this very present government, the government of Muhammadu Buhari, has nothing to offer us. So we don't expect anything from them anymore. The only thing Nigerian youth want from them is for them to just leave the seat for us, so that hopefully the next government that will come in will do something for us. But for them, they have nothing to offer us.
Okay. Thank you, Joy. I think your point has been noted. So, Joy is of the view that there's nothing this administration can offer again, at least in less than 1 year. And she's echoed what one other caller actually said earlier. So, land on your points.
Yes.
On the question I had asked.
Exactly. You see, the truth is this. President Buhari is not someone with age on his side. He's an old man. And
President Biden is an old man.
Yes.
In the U.S. President Trump,
of course,
70s.
Yes, but, you know, we are talking of different personalities.
If you look at other countries too, you see presidents in their 70s.
Of course, of course.
Or even in Africa, you have like that demography of some sit-down presidents that don't want to go.
Now, the truth is, we have to also admit, even among these presidents you have mentioned, that disadvantage or that limitation by age, you know, is also, you know, something that they had to do or had to deal with at, you know, at a certain point, you know, in the course of their leadership, because age comes with
experience.
Of course,
and I
but
think that was why Nigerians also voted him in 2015 and again voted him in 2019, because he campaigned on 3 pillars: corruption, economy, and security, and that he campaigned with it. I'm a general. I'm going to, you know, wipe into all those Boko Haram and co out. I know what to do. The economy, the same. administration, a lot of people in this administration campaigned against the PDP government, or subsidy, you know, all of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Now, the thing is this. I'm talking about age because of the fact that even if you don't have age on your side, one thing that should be going for you should be that you are able to recruit the right advisors, the right team, technocrats, and so on, to help support that limitation that you already have. But unfortunately, in this, case, we have, a president that is quite old in age. And of course, you have to also, admit the fact that even health-wise, he has a lot to contend with before now.
But the president
now,
also has advisors around him. The
no,
likes
that's
of,
the point.
Professor Doyin Salami and co around him. Chukwuma Soludo was there before he became governor of Anambra State and all of that. So are you also saying that the president is lacking in advice, those giving him advice?
The truth is, you see, there's what we call power hijack. You can have all these persons, and yet they're as good as, of effect.
Okay, let's take Joshua from Lagos. Hello, Joshua.
Yeah, God bless you.
God bless you too.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Please go ahead with your question or your comment.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to shoot in this. The president of Nigeria today has disappointed Nigerians totally. And the party herself has disappointed Nigeria. Because long ago, this party would have called the president to order or withdraw him and present another person to lead Nigeria. Seeing how Nigeria is entering inside the deep. And everybody is crying, killing here and there. But the party remains dominant. Just like as it happened in South Africa, where Zuma was president. The party has to call him and remove him and put a right person there. So the party herself has disappointed Nigeria for not calling him to order.
Oh, okay. Joshua, I think your point has been made. He said that the party has disappointed Nigerians and the party has failed, that the party can actually call the president into question. But the president is the leader of the party.
That's where you have party supremacy. But that is not the case in Nigeria.
Okay, let's talk about this. Should it be totally a blanket failure for President Buhari? Really, because for those that have called it, this program today is just to feel the pulse of Nigerians, for those that have called in, they are not happy with what is happening. But should President Buhari be given F9, a total F9? Because that's what I'm sensing. Or should this administration be given F9? Can't they also be commended for some things that they have done?
Well, actually, it's difficult to defend and justify the current state of things in this country. Even if you are President Buhari's younger brother, or the same parents, or even from the same village or anywhere, you certainly find it difficult to defend the president at this point, except, of course, you don't want to be sincere, on the issues. And I think where we are right now, regardless, you all feel it, if you're from Katsina State, if you're from Daura, if you're from Yenagoa, if you're from Lagos, if you're from Kogi, you feel it. So it's actually not defensible at this point. But again, we have to, give kudos to the government of the day in certain ramifications, in certain considerations. At least they tried, in terms of, for example, transport infrastructure, like trying to work on our rail, infrastructure, and then, of course, trying to uplift our international airports in some of, the states. And then you also agree to the fact that to a certain extent, they tried their best in terms of trying to see how they could, improve the power, generation, distribution, and so on. But that has not translated to concrete result, and so we still have serious problem in terms of power, in the country. But overall, certainly, you cannot defend, the performance
so
of this
perhaps
government.
not F9.
Of course, maybe not F9, but maybe just a pass.
Just a pass,
Yes.
because this administration can also be credited with some things. At least, I'm not the spokesperson of the government, but I can imagine what they would say. CCT, cash, conditional cash transfer, 5,000 naira, how they handle the pandemic, the interventions, though we saw of
In
that.
fact,
quite a whole lot.
In fact, I pity those who are going to handle APC's campaign, because I don't know what they're going to. Honestly, I don't envy their position.
I think campaigns are starting this month.
Yes,
So it will be time for us as Nigerians to ask the right questions, the hard questions, and no matter whose ox is God, for us to, because we need answers, and a case for a debate that all the presidential candidates have to face Nigerians and debate on the real issues, not a matter of personalities now, but the real issues. Let's quickly take a break, and when we return from the break, we will continue the conversation. As you can see, it's an interactive show today, so the lines are open for you to reach us, so that you can give us your views, and perhaps if you have questions too, you can ask. Let's quickly take this break.
Do you want to live your life financially free? Do you want to take your business to the next level and succeed? Then the time is now. Moneyline with Nancy on AIT presents the Personal and Business Acceleration Masterclass, a live conference geared at revealing top secrets by elite business experts and life coaches in Nigeria on ways to improve yourself, business, and create wealth. Date, Saturday, 17 September 2022. Venue, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Plot 424. Agoyi Rossi Street, Maitama, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. To register, visit www.moneylinewithnancy.com/pabam. For more inquiries and sponsorships, contact 0814-833-9088 or 0906-691-2600 and info@moneylinewithnancy.com. Don't miss this opportunity to greatness.
Welcome back. Dr. Aroma Salifo, the Executive Director of Africa Youth Growth Foundation, is still with me here in the studios. And you're also with us there, right? Wherever you are, whether you're watching online or you're watching us via your, TV there. Thank you for joining us again. Okay. Dr. Salifo, we're talking about not giving this administration, F9. You said a pass. At least they will be credited with doing some things. At least, okay, let's take a look. The budget has been timely, January to December. Is how we spend the budget is another issue. The timeliness, I can pick a few things that this administration has done. But with what you said, there's like the bad and the ugly has overshadowed the good, so to speak. Okay, so for...
Like I said earlier, it's a little too late, but again, it's better late than never. Why am I saying that? Because the government does not end with this government. Even if another party comes in, it's still going to be, government structure and government strategy that should be sustained, from one government to another. Because there are some fundamentals that are consistent regardless of the party in power. Okay, for example, that you have to deal with our exchange rate, challenges, is something that will always remain with us. Okay. That you have to deal with unemployment, these are issues that will remain with us. That you have to deal with issues of, high cost of living, they are issues that will always remain with us, regardless of, the government that is going to be in power come next election. So it's critical that, the government of President Buhari, adjust itself as quickly as possible, so as at least to redeem its image and to... Okay.
Let's take Okon from Benin very quickly. Hello, Okon. Welcome to the program. Is Okon still there? Okay. Seems Okon is in there now. All right. So you can land on your point.
Yes, at least to redeem its image, because you see, a lot was expected of this man before he came, into power. A lot. In fact, I just imagine if Buhari, was never allowed to be president, a lot of persons, would have written books of the best president I've never had. Today, a lot of persons are actually, hiding because of the shame, and of course the regret, directly as a result of the bad performance of the, the government. So I think, the government should redeem its image, and of course the only way to do that is by going back to the drawing board as fast and as quickly as possible to recalibrate and change strategy in terms of response to these emergencies, both in terms of the security, both in terms of the financial, monetary, and fiscal policies, and of course, looking at some other fundamentals, like the fact that oil theft has become the major challenge that we have right now in this country, that we cannot even meet our production quota, and that we cannot even, in any way support our own foreign exchange because we are not in any way yielding enough foreign reserve to support the foreign exchange market. And that again is a fundamental challenge. That we have some cartel right now that are going away with our oil on a daily basis. In fact, there are some quarters that are already concluding that the cartel are actually getting more than what is coming to the government.
To the nation.
On a daily basis, and that is not acceptable.
Okay.
So you now want to ask yourself, so what is happening? Where our security, structures to man our, our high sea and all of that?
Okay, we'll come back to that. I hope you can still hear. I think it's falling off your back, so you can just take it and put in your ear. Andy is calling us from Port Harcourt. Hello, Andy. How is Port Harcourt today?
Can you hear me?
Hello, Andy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you very well. I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead, please.
All right. I just want to make my comment very brief. I've been listening to you, and I want to take it from the last line of your guest when you were talking to Tuesday. That I will not give the conversation to that. I will tell you for real that looking at the insecurity problem, where schools are closing down in Zamfara, some part of Abuja, and the farmers cannot even go to farm anymore. The rate of inflation is unprecedented. You can't even speak about it. And you are telling me, I can tell you for real, this government has totally failed. It's S9, complete and total S9. That is the truth. You can't speak about it.
Okay, thank you, Andy, for your comments. Thank you. Andy said that this government has totally failed, complete F9. So you're a bit, I don't know, but it's almost because it's the political season now. Do you think, okay, that brings me to the question, what do you think will shape 2023 elections? In the United States, you see that it's the economy that really shapes the 2020, their elections, so to speak. James Carville did say at the time, is the economy stupid? Is the economy stupid? In Nigeria, I don't know. What really shapes the...
Two things.
Okay.
Security and the economy.
That's what will shape 2023 elections?
Of course, because right now, every Nigerian is actually living in fear, from your house to your street to, the road to your office to your business place, and no single guarantee anymore, because the sense of security that you're supposed to have as a citizen should be something that something that should come from the kind of security you see around you, and the kind of protection provided for you, and the kind of response. Prisons are being attacked, and prisoners have been freed without any response, by the government. And of course, you see that even the presidential security system, being attacked, and with some persons being killed, some officers being killed in the process, and yet no response to this. Now, all of this put together gives that sense of hopelessness to the citizens on their own safety and security on daily basis.
Let's take Pascal from Owerri. Pascal, good morning and thank you for joining us. Richard, are you still there? Okay. Can't seem to get them. What's happening? The network. We just have about 5 minutes to the end of the show.
Yeah, disappointed everyone.
Next 5 minutes.
So, like I was saying, safety and security first. Then you move to the economy. You, for instance, compare what you are earning in Nigeria and what you are likely to earn elsewhere. And you convert that to Naira. You notice that a lot of persons have enough, pull, factor to move out of the country, and that is being aggravated by our exchange rate, deterioration, and that is not acceptable.
Okay.
So a lot of, issues to actually contend and shape the 2023 election, but again, these two are the most important or topmost in terms of the considerations.
Okay, we just have less than 5 minutes to go. In case you're still interested in reaching us, the number is on the screen there for you to connect with us and let's know how you feel. Today's show is just to feel the pulse of Nigerians across the country, and we've gotten calls at least across the country, and many Nigerians are indeed not happy. I'm not even happy. I'm not happy myself because a whole lot of things really have been happening, not just because it's now the chicken has come home to roost, not just because Abuja is having pockets of insecurity now, but a few of us, or even the media, has been saying this for years. I can't remember when I've been like lamenting, the Book of Lamentations. I've opened it a lot on the show in terms of, there was even a time I cried, I've lost guests here on the program due to insecurity. So it's really came close. So as we close the show, Doctor, is there any other thing to say that we really haven't said?
Really, I think it's not enough to complain and, of course, talk so much of the failures of this government and, of course, where we are today as the people. But I think it's going to be more helpful when we can also think of the future ahead of us, because the future is now more important than our past. And, of course, that is what is going to inform how we handle the entire conversations, even as we travel down to 2023. So for me, the advice is to ask Nigerians to be more, deliberate this time around, to be more constructive in terms of how they analyze the reasons and the factors that determine who they vote for in the next election. You shouldn't vote for somebody because it's of the same tribe with you. You shouldn't vote for somebody because of your political affiliation or loyalty. You shouldn't vote for somebody because you're of the same religion. You should vote for somebody this time around because you feel you have the conviction that this person has better credentials and better understanding of the issues and the challenges to address them accordingly. Because it's just like trying to recruit somebody to work for you in your company.
Yeah,
you want to go for the best.
You must recruit the best.
The pilot that flies, is not flying because it's your tribe or is because it's your religion, but because it's competent enough and has been so, assessed to be so competent. So that is why you have the confidence to enter the plane and to have the assurance they are going to land safely. That is how important the next election is to Nigerians. That if we miss it this time around, it's going to be difficult for us to get out of it.
I think you said quite a lot. Okay, we should not dwell on the past. We should look at the future. And the next person or the next people, not just about the president now, but even the governors across the states in Nigeria, Nigerians, we should look well. You can imagine as a company, you recruit the best.
Exactly.
You want to fly a plane, you recruit the best. Then a country, it should also be handled like that. You take a look at private companies in Nigeria, they try as much as possible to recruit the best. So why is it the entity called Nigeria? We don't seem to recruit the best of us.
Yeah, and again, I actually have to say this because you see, it's a vicious cycle. The power brokers, the politicians enjoy keeping the people in that state of poverty. So they can keep manipulating them and be able to use them whenever they want, particularly during elections, because they are already having the poverty of the mind and they cannot free themselves, even when they have the opportunity to free themselves. And that is a vicious cycle that must be broken through education.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming today. I'll be speaking with Dr. Arume Sali for ED Africa Youth Growth Foundation. Thank you to all of you that have called. Richard, Hilary, Chris, Joy, Joshua, Okon, Andy, Pascal, though we didn't get to hear from you. And for those that also tried to call, but the network was jamming. You know, we'll do this again sometime. Thank you, everyone. It's been a wonderful having your company this week. Please join us again next week. I am Nancy Naji. Be the best you can be and be that change that you want to see by now.